Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Podcast Equipped, episode number 42. Got that right. 42
sure?
episodes, yep.
Are you sure? Last time we checked
No,
out,
it was
there was
41.
like 92 episodes.
I checked right before this. 92 episodes, holy shit. Where did 40 episodes just magically come from?
I don't know.
From the last year of podcasting we've been doing?
Wait, 40 episodes? That's 50.
40 what?
That's
Well, whatever.
50
I don't
episodes.
know. I don't fucking know the weeks. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know the weeks.
You just added 90. You just went to 90 from nowhere, so
I know. I did.
yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Podcast Equipped is back here for your video game news. If you weren't aware, we have to know what we're playing first because that's how we do the show.
Oh, yeah.
What have you been playing, John?
I got back onto Danganronpa, Rocket League, and then lately Overcooked.
Danganronpa. You're playing. When have you? You have not been playing Danganronpa.
Yeah, I have it on my Vita. I have trophies to prove.
I want to see these trophies on PSN profiles pulled up right now.
I used it yesterday.
Don't pull it up. Yeah, we've been playing Overcooked and of course Rocket League. Still going strong a year later. After I named it my game of the year of 2015. Shit.
And 2016 apparently.
It was game of the year 2016 too. Actually, game of the year 2016. I don't know what that would be for me. What games did I play in 2016? Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4 was there.
I don't think I played a lot of games.
Yeah, I'm like,
holy shit. I played games, but Severed probably would be up there too. That was 2016.
It was,
I believe, right?
Yeah.
I played.
Came out in the summer.
Severed, and Uncharted 4 and Rocket League. Anyways, I've also been playing Overcooked and Rocket League. Obviously, me and John we get too stressed. John, you make me stressed out on Overcooked.
Why?
You start yelling, and I thought I would have to worry about our other roommate about that, but. You get mad. You get really mad really quick.
The game's stressful.
Well, yeah, but you start yelling. I'm like, okay, what do you need me to do? I start talking to you, and you're just like, well, you need to do this. And I'm like, shit, calm the fuck down. We're just a fucking game. We're supposed to have fun here.
No, that game is not meant to be fun.
Hey, I think it's just because I live that life that I don't let it stress me out too much. Like, I get stressed, but I'm not like you, where you're like, visibly angry.
I'm like, no, we need this. No.
You get so mad, and I'm just like, I don't want to play this anymore. You just make me not want to play it sometimes, but I still do. And we're one level away from beating it and getting, well, you're getting all the trophy. I just need to do a stupid versus match.
Yeah.
What is a versus match in that game, anyways?
It's pretty much if you're playing single player by yourself, you're controlling two cooks at once.
Mm.
So you control one cook and then you switch with
That's annoying.
L1 and then go back.
That's a versus match? So it would be like me versus you? Or
yeah. We're not cooperating. We're pretty much playing against each other.
Well, no, I know that's what versus means. But what I was saying is like we each control two cooks?
Yeah.
Do we have separate screens?
No, same. Everything is on the same screen. So it's like you're playing 4 players. So you're playing 4 players.
So can I get in your way and just start hitting you?
It depends on the map. Like our roommate Aaron, he figured it out. Like once I got my things up, before I could switch the thing. Like
what if he grabbed them?
He grabbed my fucking things. I was like, oh, it's mine now.
That's loud, right?
Yeah, it's loud.
Oh,
like,
fuck it.
motherfucker.
We gotta do it then. We gotta do it. And I've also been playing Saturday Morning RPG. Fantastic indie RPG. It has like I guess it's cartoons like Saturday Morning RPG. So it has like references to like the 80s and 90s basically. Like one of the battles, which was fucking great, is like you have to go take down this computer. Spoiler alert, real quick for Saturday Morning RPG, I guess. Enough time. There's a scene where it's like you gotta go take down this computer that's playing this game, or that is gonna launch these nuclear missiles on its own. You know that's a reference to war games.
Yeah.
And so, can you guess the way you have to beat that?
Is it tic-tac-toe?
No.
Oh, no?
Guess what you just have to do? You're on the normal battle screen, and the battle screen, it's like a normal RPG, but with like a little bit of Child of Light, where you have like little mini games where you got to push it at the right time on the attack. So it keeps you on your toes more than I guess a traditional Japanese RPG would be, but it has the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, to beat that game, to beat that battle, you just have to not fight it. You just sit there, and it eventually blows itself up. It's like the only way to beat me is by not playing at all.
Dumb.
Love that reference. Anyways, if you were not aware, John.
Oh, no.
This podcast Equipped. Every week, John and I come equipped with news topics from and about the video game industry and discuss them for your viewing and or listening pleasure. You can find us on youtube.com/don't know yet. Still getting that down. Hopefully by the time this video posts, which it's going to be a week after. Is that right? Whatever. We're gonna be a week behind, so some of these news stories might be old by the time, but whatever. We're gonna get through them, and then we're gonna just catch up eventually when we get on a normal schedule. Because if you didn't watch our other podcast, if that's not up either, holy shit, we got
because this one comes up before.
Well, okay, fine. This will be your first one. We're starting. Obviously, we're not on our old channel, which is youtube.com/equipgaming. We're starting a new channel. Hopefully, we'll have the rights. We'll get the URL. youtube.com/OC Club, or at least youtube.com/the OC Club, or something like that.
Something like that.
Hopefully. And that's where you can find this video game podcast.
But you can always catch Podcast Equipped
on soundcloud.com/podcast equipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Equipped Gaming on there. So we'll still have that posted there, I think, right?
Yeah.
Makes more sense. We'll make one for the OC cast, and then we'll be good.
Yep.
So yeah. That's it. That's about it. I'm your host, Miguel Zarate. I don't think I said that.
No, you did.
And then this is my partner. Not that way. My co-host partner, John Valencia.
Wow!
The woo-woo kid sometimes I call him.
kid.
The woo-woo kid. Anyways, let's get into some news, John, of the week.
Okay.
Before we get into our topic of the week.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, please.
I was thinking Contra.
Anyways. We have it wasn't that big of a news week this week, so I just found the stories that interested me, I guess. Some of them are interesting, some of them are not. Whatever, take them with a grain of salt. Namco founder Masaya Nakamura dies at 91.
No, wait, how come I didn't read anything about that?
Because he's just the founder. Well, he did have like a hand in like obviously creating some classic games and new games that are cool. He was really just a leader, and he started the business. I guess his business used to do like machines, not arcade machines, but like before that they would be like just making manufacturing like machines in general. I don't know. I didn't read too much into it, but I thought it was important news because obviously Namco went on to merge with Bandai, and now Bandai Namco, obviously. So they're still around. That company he started is still around, and they've made games from like Pac-Man under his watch, Dark Souls, and then the new Ace Combat game that is coming out soon for the VR. Yeah. Which, in other news, John, if you weren't aware, Ace Combat is now going to be on Xbox One and PC.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I don't know how I don't know if there ever was an exclusivity deal done here, but you got to remember it was announced at PSX.
Yeah.
And it does have VR capabilities, which are being made specifically for PSVR. So... And there's no word on whether those portions will transfer over to the PC portion. You know what I mean? So we know that PSVR is getting special treatment and will have its own features in that game. But we don't know if that's going to transfer over to the PC. And obviously, there's no way it's going to transfer over to Xbox One because they don't have a VR set. So, I don't know.
That's his odd. I thought Ace Combat was always just a PS exclusive.
I don't think so. It might have been like on my phone's over there. Otherwise, I would look. But I don't think I've ever played any of these games. I'm gonna get my phone real quick. John, keep the people entertained.
All right, but yeah, like I remember playing, I think 2 or 3 on the PS2.
Well, I know they've always been on PS consoles, but that doesn't mean they're exclusive. Not really games I've really ever played. I don't know if you can pick up any of them.
I guess it was on the 360.
Was? What about before that?
Oh yeah, Ace Combat 6.
Oh, the Ace Combat series.
Ace Combat X was on the PSP,
which is cool. I think this game would transfer over well to, because I know what it is. I've definitely seen it. I might have even played it before, like some of the old ones, because I remember. I want to say I had one on the PS1.
Okay, here we go. So it was arcade, GBA Advance or GBA, iOS, Microsoft Windows, Nintendo 3DS, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. PSP, Xbox 360, and Xbox One.
Okay, so it's always been on multi-platform, basically. Well,
yeah.
It didn't say anything about like older consoles, right? It said PlayStation.
Yeah, so PS1.
So before that, I'm guessing it was never really on another. Well, it was on arcade.
Yeah, it was on
but
arcade. GBA.
I don't treat arcade as a competitor to console gaming, so because they're a dying platform now. But anyways, yeah, that's interesting. I hope. This game, I hope to one day get a VR headset, and this is one of the games I would like to play. It's very, obviously, you remember the trailer?
Yeah.
It was like kind of very anime-ish. It looked like just looked fun. It looked like it was going to be a cool little simulator, a little world to dive into.
Yeah, but then I'm kind of going back to when we went to PSX.
I think it was announced.
2015?
It was announced when we went.
Yeah, it was announced when we went. But then we played the VR for Valkyrie.
But that's what I'm saying. This is probably gonna be a better version, not a better version of that game because they're obviously different games.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be a more refined thing because that game, Valkyrie had been out on PC for a while and on Steam and Oculus, obviously. But so this is hopefully gonna look better and feel better. I hope.
I was like, weren't you mentioning you were getting motion sickness from playing Eve though?
No, I would get just lost. I guess would be the word. I couldn't control it. It didn't feel like I wanted it to. Like it didn't control like I wanted it to. That might have been me though, and we only had hands on for like 15 minutes. So it's not like I had time to actually learn control.
To learn, adjust to it.
Yeah, I was just put in and said, "Hey, fight these people," and then I'd just get wrecked. Anyways, on another VR related note, John, according to IGN, about 87,463 users are logged as having played Resident Evil in VR.
Wow.
Out of a total of 922,904 players across all platforms. So, remember, PS4 is the only platform that supports VR right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that means across Steam, across PC and across Xbox One, about 10% of the players are PSVR players. That's pretty good. I mean, at first when I read the story, I was like, man, that's not a lot of people playing VR. And then I read across all platforms. That's when I was like, okay, looks like a lot of people are actually buying this game to play it specifically on VR.
Yeah, pretty neat. Like I said, though, like, honestly, like, the first thing when the VR first came out, I said is like, I think the horror genre is going to excel in this.
I think this is where it belongs. If Silent Hill didn't get canceled, you think that could have been like...
I would have like loved to be in that world for VR.
Well, I'm thinking about it, like, because remember how they said you can be able to play VR games, or not regular games on VR without like you just play and you just see it right there. That'd be cool to play any first person game. I think.
Oh God, you know what? Honestly, if say if Nintendo were to give away a certain game, and how much fucked up it would be to play that game.
Oh, you're talking about
Eternal Darkness.
Yeah.
You know how much let's say if PlayStation were to acquire the rights and to make it into a VR, how fucked up it's going to be for us to be playing that game like now.
Okay, I think I want to get my hands on this game. I don't think I'm going to get a VR set yet, but I really want to get my hands on Resident Evil in general. So I'm going to probably join as one of those players not playing on VR, which kind of sucks because I'm kind of bringing down the numbers a bit. But I think if I ever get a VR set, I will definitely go back and replay it there because I want to see, because it was made from the ground up to support VR.
Oh.
So hopefully I one day get a chance, because you can't really find a VR set right now. Yeah. They're like scarce as hell, apparently. Like, I don't know what Sony was thinking when they launched it. Like, they could have made so much more money, because I know a lot of people who would go out and buy this go out to buy it if they could find it, but nobody could find it.
Yeah, I went to Best. Like, okay,
have you seen one in the wild yet?
No, I see the accessories for it. That's all I see. Is like the casing, the charging panel for it, or the charging thing for the Move controllers, and then the rest of the thing on.
Yeah,
see those, but then I was in Best Buy because I was just browsing, killing time, and I couldn't see a VR headset. Strangely enough, I didn't see a PS4 in there.
You didn't see a PS4?
I didn't see a PS4
like
for sale.
Oh, what about a Pro?
Not even a Pro, actually.
I see Pros around sometimes, but I haven't really looked. I haven't been in the game section in a while.
And then I'm pretty sure Walmart's not even carrying the VR.
Why?
I haven't I went to 2 Walmarts.
Are you sure?
I haven't seen a spot.
But that's what I mean. I think they're just sold out. I think they go right next to the console, I want to say.
It's like, I don't know. Like, every time I go, it's like I see the PS4 Pro, PS4, and I don't see a slot for it. So I'm not sure if
I would find that very weird if they weren't selling VR. I want to say they probably just don't have any, because Walmart's one of the biggest, sellers of goods in the world, and why wouldn't Sony be partnered? That'd be weird if they weren't partnered with them. I don't see that. I want to say that's not true, John.
And then I think Target. I didn't see one at Target either.
Well, if you see one in the wild, let me know. I'm not gonna buy it probably because I'm about to spend way too much money.
I'll Snapchat you like, dude, I found one.
And then I'm gonna be like, oh, should I? And I'll be like, probably not because I'm about to spend money on what we're gonna talk about later in topic of the week.
Oh yeah, so then I'll buy the PSVR.
Oh, do it then. Anyways, and the other last big news story of the week, John, that I want to get your opinion on. Marvel and Square Enix have announced a partnership to make multiple games. The working title for the new game is The Avenger Project and is being made by Tomb Raider developer Crystal Dynamics and Deus Ex developer Eidos Montreal, due for release in 2018.
That's next year.
That is next year. We have a long way to go, and who knows this. That's weird. They either have to have been making it for a while. When did Rise of the Tomb Raider release?
Rise of the Tomb Raider released about, I want to say 2 years ago?
Rise? Or what's the new one called?
Rise of the Tomb Raider. It was supposed Tomb Raider, then Rise.
It was released on Xbox One originally. Yeah. Oh, so it looks like Crystal Dynamics has been free for at least a year and a half, 2 years. And I think Deus Ex just came out last year. Right? Yeah. So they just got freed up. And so they're, I guess, working in conjunction on this game. What I'm hearing. Or what I'm reading, I mean. So what do you think where this game's going to be? Do you think it's going to tie into the Marvel universe?
Wait, did you watch the trailer?
Yeah, it's just the thing. It's obviously, it says the Avenger, and it's called the Avengers Project.
And then it's called, or it's like, what is it? #Reassemble?
Yeah, #Reassemble.
I don't know where it's going to be taken. Like, I want to say it's going to be post-Civil War.
It's clearly, looking at these, it's clearly going to be an action game.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at the developers. I remember our other roommate, not the one I said about Cookie Mama. Was it Cookie Mama? Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. Anyways, our other roommate, Jose, he came to me and was like, dude, they're going to make an RPG. It's Square Enix. And then I looked at the developers and I'm like, no, that's definitely an action game that's coming our way. Who knows what it's going to be, but you got to think about it. They're opening up their title. It's weird that they're doing a Remember, Insomniac's doing a Spider-Man game.
Oh, yeah.
And he just got introduced to the Marvel Universe. So I don't wonder if there's any connection between those. Probably not, because it's two different developers. But hopefully they do some sort of tie-in.
There you go.
Apologize. I lost my train of thought because of that. So hopefully they do that. And then remember, what's it called is doing the Guardians of the Galaxy. Telltale. That looks like it'll be a fun game. So hopefully, what do you think? What do you think this game's going to be? I wanted to say it's going to be just an action RPG that's going to tie into the movie. Not action RPG, sorry. An action game that's going to tie into the movies with them and hopefully tell some background origin stories. But I wanted to say it's going to focus on like new characters that, some lower tier.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah. But then they showed the Shield and I want to say, didn't they show Tony Stark?
They showed pretty much everyone from the Avengers.
Like the big ones.
Yeah.
So
they showed what's called Bruce Banner. They showed Hulk after he escaping.
Yeah.
Then they showed Thor's hammer, the shield, and then the glove for Iron Man.
Yeah. So,
but then I was kind of thinking when I saw that, I was like, reassemble. I'm kind of thinking like, what if it's like a DC universe? Or it's just an MMO.
No.
That's what I'm afraid of.
It's not going to be that. They wouldn't tease that. The way they teased it was just perfect. They just tweeted it and everybody got excited and then it was released, or the trailer was released, or the teaser was released. Not even doing the trailer. But I think hopefully it's its own one-shot game that just tells its own story, is not hindered by the movies. But we shall see. Anyways, that's enough of the news for the week, John. So let's get into our topic, of course. We are talking about the Nintendo Switch. We would like to play.
No, wrong system.
Yeah. No,
Two systems
get that
ago.
shit out of here. No, there's one system ago, remember?
No.
Wii U.
Oh,
it was still called the Wii, John.
Oh, are you sure? You need the expansion?
I've been, as you know, I got my pre-order down. Was one of the lucky ones to get one. I didn't even get it on the night they were releasing pre-orders. I just got it the next day because Amazon just all of a sudden got some more, and I was like, "Fuck, get one right now."
Yeah, I was on Amazon during the whole night of the event,
and just
refresh.
My God, I was so excited for the Switch before that, the NX. But then that conference came, and then I was I still pre-ordered after it. But I'm a little worried now. Like, I'm going to get this console no matter what because I told you about my working theory, and I'll tell them is that either this will be a massive success and it'll be the return of Nintendo, and I'll be in the middle of that. And I've always wanted a Nintendo console, anyways, to play like Smash Bros. And Kart and just all and Breath of the Wild, which looks fucking beautiful. And if it's not that, it's gonna be Nintendo's downfall, failure. I'm also gonna be in the middle of that, and this console is gonna be off the shelf within like 2 years or something, and it's gonna sell like the Vita and just fail and just. But we're gonna have this thing that nobody else has in like a few, obviously years. I'm talking years down. I'm thinking the future. I'm thinking far off into the future. Like, come on, in 10 years. You know how much Vita games are probably going to cost in 10 years?
Yeah.
Because of how low it's sold, and like there are very limited runs on certain games, obviously already as it is. Like limited releases from like Bandai Namco and basically what was it? Atlas and NIS America. Basically they release only a certain amount of their carts on Vita. And if that happens to the Switch, I want to be in there. I want to be in that market already. So
makes sense.
I'm worried though. I'm still worried. I don't know. What do you think about the Switch, John?
I don't know. I mean, it's a step forward graphic wise, but they're kind of using stuff from like the beginning of like the PS4, Xbox One era.
It's not even. They're not even up to par on those though. That's the thing about it. Which I'm not too worried about power. Which actually, that's a lie. I'm a little bit worried about power just because third parties then can't get their games on there. But I think Nintendo's biggest problem is that during their whole presentation, they refer to it as a console, not a handheld. And if you refer to it as a handheld, I would be all like, yes, that's the right. I think they should be marketing this as a handheld. It's the replacement for the 3DS more than it is the replacement for Wii U, although it can do all the things Wii U can do.
Yeah.
So, but if I was marketing it, I would make sure they know it's a handheld instead of saying console. Because once you put in that in space, people are going to compare it to the PS4 and Xbox One, which it's not going to compare to. It's not going to have all those AAA games that those consoles have because it simply just can't run those games. It will have some of them, smaller titles, budget titles, like I'm trying to think of something that would be like, say, Far Cry Primal. I could see being on this thing, you know what I mean? It's not as big as Far Cry 4, but Far Cry Primal could probably be on this thing.
The only thing I'm afraid of is, you know how with Skyrim, the more hours you play on it, the slower it got on the PS3.
I don't think this is gonna happen.
That's what I'm kind of afraid of is the save file size, because since it gets bigger, the more you play.
I think that's an easy fix with and this thing of course only comes with 32 gigs of memory, which is a lot of it is just used for the system itself, like the UI and all that's junk, whatever. But you can easily get replacement SD cards, which is they're not making the same mistake Sony did with the Vita. You can use any SD card. Well, there's certain ones, but
you can still use the same SD card for a 3DS still.
But it's not those ones though. I want to say
it's not a micro. It's just a regular standard.
Yeah, I don't know what you
SD.
call them. Yeah, are you sure it's a standard?
It's just a standard SD.
Well, whatever.
Card.
But yeah, but at least those are pretty cheap, and it's gonna support like one that's a size that's not even out yet. And they say it's already going to support that, so like that's good.
2 terabyte?
Yeah, like a big ass or little card with 2 terabytes. I don't think it's 2 terabytes, but it's like a lot. And games appear to be small. They say Breath of the Wild can only be about 16 gigs.
Not too bad compared to like.
Or was it 3 gigs? Hold up, let me confirm that.
I mean, either way, that's still pretty good compared to like our 64 gig installs that we have now.
It's so ridiculous on PS4. Like if you want to move to all digital, it's super hard. At least for us, because we have pretty good Wi-Fi, but I can't connect. Like if I could, I would connect to hard connect, but I can't because it's in our roommate's room.
Yeah,
and I would definitely hard connect if I could, but I can't. And so downloading games when I buy something digital sucks because then I have to wait. My PS4 is the farthest away from the Wi-Fi. It's in the living room.
For some reason, in my room, it takes forever.
Well, it probably still does, but what I'm saying is like it probably takes mine even longer too.
No, it's still. I think mine takes longer than the one here.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because for Layers of Fear, it's not even that big of a file. Like 4 or 5 gigs, I think.
But then you got to remember we're sharing it, and it depends
That's
on
when
what
nobody
time.
was here.
Oh, 13 gigabytes. Excuse me.
But that one,
13.
that's when no one's here, and it
Yeah.
still take like it says 1-2 hours pending.
And that's for like a 2
And-
gig game or
Yeah,
what? So I can't even imagine trying to download like those titles
yeah.
on a Switch, which has like no memory of its own. But SD cards will fix that. I guess I'm worried about the games too. Like they say they have a steady flow of games coming. The launch lineup looks pretty meh. It has Breath of the Wild, which once I get my hands on, I'm sure I'll love it and I'll be addicted to it. But what am I going to play after that is what I'm worried about.
Let's see,
Super Mario.
That's
Odyssey.
that's not coming out until holiday this
Yes,
year.
so that's what I'm saying. It depends on, you know me, I play games slowly.
Yeah.
But I want to like be able to have other games on the system. The karting is coming out in that time,
Yeah.
and so is Splatoon 2.
Splatoon summer.
And Mario Kart is the month after, which is weird that they didn't not get that for launch. That strikes me as strange.
So yeah,
But whatever.
when they were like showing everything, I'm like, okay, these ones are probably going to be launch titles. When they were for the first,
I
trailer
thought for sure Splatoon and
Mario
I feel like Splatoon and Mario Kart
should have been
launch title, but I feel like they're stressed out because like the Wii U, you know how they would release one big game and then nothing for like good solid 7-8 months. So I think maybe that's why they stagger to be like, oh look, you have Mario Kart 8 next month, and then you get
Splatoon.
like Splatoon 2-3 months after that, and then you get Mario 3 months after that.
And
So
then-
like I think that's their strategy they're going for. It probably is a better strategy, but for me as somebody buying it at launch, it stresses me. I don't know. That was last. No, you own 3DS. Never mind, I'll lie. So yeah, and another worry, something that I don't know if maybe you're happy about or you're not happy about. They say they're still gonna support the 3DS.
I mean, I rarely touch my 3DS. Like I bought it when I went to go pre-order my Vita.
But that's what I mean. As a 3DS owner, would you be mad if they were like, we're pulling support for the 3DS right now?
I would be a little mad. I mean, because let's see, there's still like a backup of libraries, library games that I still need to play, on the 3DS.
Yeah,
like I played Bravely Default, put so many hours in that game, and then I still need to play Bravely Second, and then this coming up Friday, I'm getting Yoshi Woolly World.
Yeah.
So those are like three guarantee games I still need to play, and then there's like still a backlog of games I still need to play. Like I still want to play the Fire Emblem Fates.
Yes, I do want to get those games, and I hope those get ported to Switch.
Yeah, see, if they're gonna stop all what's it called?
3DS.
Yeah, 3DS support. At least have like the virtual store up so we can at least play them on the Switch.
But that means you're gonna have to buy a Switch, though, and that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of 3DS owners will feel burned right now if they completely outsay it. Although I think that it's pretty obvious. I think they're pulling support. Hopefully, within the next year and a half, they come out and say, "Hey, we're making all current handheld games only for the Switch," and that gets people in the door. 'Cause once again, I think they went about it the wrong way. The strategy should be to promote the thing as a handheld. And when people start talking about AAA games, they need to remember this thing is a fucking handheld still. Like, it does have its limitations because it's on the go. Sure, it can run Skyrim, and sure, it can run Breath of the Wild, but it's not going to be able to run The Witcher 3. That fucking thing will probably burn your house down if it tried to run The Witcher 3.
It'd be what's it called? System backup or system safety engage.
So I know you're like, do you think it's worth it to get the Switch? Obviously, you didn't pre-order it, and you said you're going to buy it later.
Yeah, because
So does that mean you don't think it's worth it, or do you right away?
As of right now, like
Honest
it's
opinion.
not worth it. Like because I want to get the Switch when I like more variety of games to
That's
play.
what I'm saying. What if it fails? Like if it comes
If
out
it's
and it's
like
like, and you see me with it, I'm like, God damn it.
Then probably not. Like, okay, look at the Wii U.
Right.
Like,
Fuck
I
the
was
Wii U.
planning on buying the Wii
Never
U.
was planning on buying a Wii U.
I was like, I'll buy the Wii U because I get Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart, Smash Bros. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait. And then I don't have a Wii U.
Because it fucking sucked. The Wii, I'm sorry if you like the Wii U, but there's just not enough third-party support on the Wii U. And hopefully they got it right this time. And all those third-party developers that they have on their little poster actually make games for this. I think Capcom will. I'm not sure Ubisoft will. They're making what? Ubisoft is making Rayman, or porting Rayman Legends, which is an old game. So hopefully they do more than that. And that's not their portion on the paper. That's just Rayman Legends 3.
What if they're all just ports from old PS4 and Xbox One games?
That's why I want them to pull support for the 3DS, because the 3DS and the DS got supported by third-party machines like fucking no tomorrow. And I hope that they continue to do that, because I'd be happy to play those games.
Actually, wait, Shin Megami Tensei is going to...
Yeah, on the Switch. And so is Disgaea 5,
Disgaea 5,
which is an old game. Not super old game, but an old game nonetheless.
Yeah, but that's still helping the argument of porting stuff over.
And they chose Switch over Vita for Disgaea 5. Because you know how like up to that point, every Disgaea game pretty much got a port for Vita.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one, I think they chose it because it can actually run games like Skyrim, and the Vita is still kind of not there completely, even though it can run Borderlands 2 at like 15 frames per second. But it still fit Borderlands 2, which is amazing that thing fit on that.
Worth,
huh?
Like almost 8 gigs.
Yeah, but still, the fact that the Vita can run
Borderlands 2.
Yeah. So that gives me hope for this as we keep going. I hope developers find ways to get their games smaller and smaller to get on the Switch. And I think they could figure it out if they really wanted to. If this thing could run Skyrim, it can run probably a decent sized first-person shooter that's not open world, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen no reason why Activision couldn't get Call of Duty on this thing.
True.
And a lot of people might scoff at me. Sure, there'd be a graphical downgrade, but that's probably about it. I'm sure the gameplay, like, say if we got next year's Call of Duty, whatever, we're going to call it Advanced Crime Warfare.
That's Crime Warfare, sounds like Battlelands Hardline.
Where President Ronald Trump, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a clever name, but I can't. President Ronald Grumpf, we'll say, is like, I'm going to go kill all the inner city people.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyways, but you get the point. It would probably look like a PS3 game, but once again, it would have the same gameplay as the other ones. And all you would need is to remember that it's a handheld. It's a handheld console. So even if it looks like a PS3 game, but it is exactly the same in terms of gameplay, but it just has a downgraded graphics, I'm down for that on the Switch, because I could take that shit wherever I want.
It's not going to be like the graphical differences between Advanced Warfare from PS3 to PS4?
No, it won't be. I'd probably be even worse. It'd probably be like, I would want to say it probably looked like COD 2.
Oh, God.
Modern Warfare. No! See, you're making...
No, you said COD 2, like Call of Duty 2, like World War 2.
No, Modern Warfare 2.
That's why I was just like, Jesus, that's like old.
Call of Duty. And it might even look better than that, because according to reports, it's Skyrim remastered. It's not just Skyrim. It's actually Skyrim remastered, and it's going to support mods like PS4. Not Xbox One, where you get like free reign, but you get PS4 mod support.
PS4 doesn't want mod support.
They do, though. They have it. Anyways, folks, what do you think about the Nintendo Switch? Will you be buying it?
Or are you going to be like me and wait a while?
You should probably be like him and wait a while. But I'm impatient, and I want this console. It's a cool concept. It is a cool concept. You gotta, even if you don't like the Switch, you gotta think about that. It's a cool concept where it's a console game, but also a handheld where you can take it on the go.
Oh, I gotta go. Well, I need to finish this level.
Pause. Or what I like about it is like I'll be able to listen to podcasts, because I use my PS4 for pretty much everything. So it sometimes sucks that I can't watch like a YouTube video, which I can do on my phone, but I can't watch a YouTube video and play games at the same time, because people are, you can remote play. Yeah, but I don't watch TV. My PS4 is my TV. It's where I watch Hulu. It's where I can't. So I could probably like put on my PS4, put on like episode of Hulu. I'm watching the IT Crowd. Say watch IT Crowd and play Breath of the Wild at the same time. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
No, see, I did that a lot when I was playing Persona and then the Danganronpa 2. I would turn on the PS4 and just put on...
Playing Vita?
Yeah, just play whatever...
Listen to podcasts?
No, I would usually just put background noise on.
You need to talk louder, John.
No. I don't talk so.
Anyways, this has been Podcast Equipped episode number 34.
40.
What did I say?
You said 42 in the beginning. Now you're saying 44.
I said 34, actually.
Oh, 34.
Episode number 42. Follow us on Twitter at Mig_AZ, at Tagless02. And like, share, subscribe to OC Club on YouTube.com. And just do everything. Share.
Do everything. Do everything there.
And come back next.
If you're on SoundCloud, give us that heart button like.
Yeah, give us that heart.
We love you. So love us back.
I love you a lot. I watch you while you sleep. Anyways, it has been a pleasure to serve you for this week. Come back next week for more gaming news and get equipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.